What are his thoughts about you? Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining me, Mystic Mia Moksha, here on Mostly in the Moment for another Love Pick a Card reading. We're looking at what he's thinking about you right now. We have 4 piles. You may choose a pile based on the number, the image, the colors, or the crystal that resonates with you. This should resonate no matter what your status in love is, and this is also a timeless reading. I just want to give a quick shout out to all those that have been supporting me in this light work. I really, truly appreciate it. I appreciate you. I appreciate you shining your light. And with that, I hope you enjoy this reading, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 1 with the rose quartz. We're looking at his thoughts of you right now. We're going to start with his thoughts of you as a person, as a romantic partner, about the connection, and then his thoughts about your life right now. So let's jump in with what is he thinking about you as a person right now. Intelligence and mental beauty. Wow. Wisdom is the beauty of, but the beauty is the promise of the future. Wisdom is the abstract of the past, but beauty is the promise of the future. Interesting, yeah, because wisdom you gain from experiences and what you've learned and what you've learned from other people's experiences in history. And I'm getting this feeling of like looking at you, they start to dream about their future and what it might look like, what a life being with you would look like, what the next chapter might look like. With the home and the adventures and the relationships and the fun times together and the little moments together with you would look like. They very much respect you. They respect your decisions. They respect your opinions. They respect the wisdom you've gained through your experiences, the many experiences that you have gone through. They don't look down at you for what you've been through because they understand that is what made you stronger. That is what made you wise. And they're not afraid to admit when you may know something better than they do, when you might have a better answer, a better solution than they do. They really consider you a high value person. And they really give it up to you. I see like applauding. So they really applaud you. They want you to succeed. They want to help you succeed even further in life because you deserve it. Like I'm getting this image of and this feeling of they're proud of you and they think you're a gift to the world and they want you to share your gifts. Very cool. Capricorn. Ambition, realism, and methodical steps. There's 2 sides to you. That you're very strong in your feminine and masculine energies. You're very intuitive and you're very logical at the same time. Great reasoning skills, but really good creative skills as well. Yeah. People might see you as a threat. People might see you as someone that they can't figure out because you just excel in so many ways and so many facets to your personality, so many skills under your belts. Like you're definitely someone that challenges the norm, and people are sometimes afraid of that because they can't figure you out. They can't really put you in a box because you fit in so many and then none at all at the same time. And your person, it doesn't make them feel weird. I feel like sometimes you make people feel a little like unsure about who you are. And so there's a lot of people out there, if they can't put you in a box, if they can't put the finger on your entire personality and who you are, like they get kind of wary, like, oh, like this person likes this thing, so why do they also like that thing? That doesn't make sense. How does someone like both things? You're either on this side or that side, you know? And so your person, pile 1, he doesn't see you as a threat. He doesn't see you as an unknown. He doesn't see you as something to be feared or casted away or ignored. He sees you as a jewel to be like lifted up and shown to the world. A leader for others to follow, an example for others to follow. definitely someone who's very unique and appreciates you and like kind of admires you for that and wants you to kind of get out there and do as much as you can. I feel like you're a very ambitious person, but you might get in your own way sometimes because of other people, and you're trying to please other people, or you're trying to be accepted by other people, or you're trying to downplay what you can give out, or you feel weird going against the grain so many times. Yeah, like you don't fit in, you want to fit in sometimes. Maybe it's better if you kind of go along with other people's methodology. But you were meant to lead your own path. What's that quote I heard recently? You might not be everyone's cup of tea because you're champagne, darling. You're in a whole league of your own, you know? Like, yeah, you definitely need to walk your own path. And this is someone who can walk that path with you for sure. And they recognize that. They might have very unique qualities of their own, but they're someone who can walk by, like, side by side with you, like supporting you, understanding you, helping you. And I feel like they have, I don't know if it's for some of you, their unique path is similar to yours, and for others that they're more of like, they have more quiet, smaller hobbies, not career-wise, like interests that are unique. So they understand you, but they're not gonna make it into a career or anything like that, make it public or really. And so they're gonna be more of your support system. They just want to see you shine, and while they work on their like little projects here and there behind the scenes. For others of you, they're gonna walk shoulder to shoulder with you. Wow. Not expecting that. Okay. So pile one, what are their thoughts about you as a romantic partner? I wish I could take back my words. And fertility. Okay, so I feel like there was a conversation about maybe something like, well, if you're gonna work really hard and you're gonna go into like climb the ladder in your career, like that's not gonna leave time to take care of the kids or take care of the home. Maybe it's a good idea for you to choose one. It might be too hard. Maybe they didn't want to be the stay-at-home dad. They didn't want either one of you to have to sacrifice your career for a family, but then both of you also wanted a family. There's some sort of conversation about kids and work that just that rubbed you the wrong way. And I'm getting from them, like, they didn't even mean what they said. Like, they're like, I don't even know why I said that. Like, that's not even what I believe. Like, I think I was just saying that to kind of, like, upset you. Because maybe something upset them. Like, maybe the probability of not having kids, or the probability of not having a career as successful as yours, or the probability of them having to take care of the home stuff more, or the probability of, supporting you, but then also maybe not working out, and the probability of, I don't know, you may be able to handle both things, but they won't be. Like, I don't know, there's something about the situation that kind of upset them, and so they want to upset you back, and so they kind of said this, even though they didn't mean it. And it's going to be different for every person that picks this pile, but I think you'll know what that means for you. Yeah. Yeah, I do feel like they're truly sorry, and like they actually didn't mean it. Like they were kind of like upset by something, like the possibility of something happening or not happening, or them not being able to handle something, or things not going the way they exactly hoped for, dreamed, wished, or something like that, All right, so what are their thoughts about the connection with you? Yeah, they feel like there's been a lack of communication recently, and they wish they could talk to you more. I'm getting this kind of feeling of they're coming with a gift, like a small gift, out of like like saying sorry, out of like apologizing. Maybe it's because you guys haven't talked for a long time. You guys took space of something that they said that hurt you in the past, or just like, you know, things kind of just fizzled out or kind of got quiet between the two of you recently. But yeah, they want to address the fact that they wish they can open up communication again and talk about things. Meditate and contemplate. And both the cards came out in reverse, so that's my sign that like they've been thinking about this a lot. They've been thinking about what to say to you, how to say it, like, you know, things that you have said, things that they have said to you, and they've been thinking a lot, like a lot about the two of you, the future together. Yeah, there's conversations you two have had already. They've been thinking a lot about this recently. So it does seem like there is going to be communication, or they're going to, you know, they're thinking about trying to communicate with you again, or having another conversation soon, or to just get better, get to a place where you're communicating better. They would really, really want that. Okay, and so what are their thoughts about your life right now? I just want to throw in a random question here or there, because like it's sometimes interesting to see what people think about your life. Planting seeds. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, because I feel like the two of you are kind of at crossroads in your connection and in your lives. So it's kind of like, you know, you kind of have to pick and choose what you want to do right now, what you want to prioritize right now, what you want to pick as your goals for the relationship and for your own lives, and how they're going to like fit together. How is it going to work? And both of you being on the same page and agreeing. So like when you start this connection again, or going into the next part of this connection, you two aren't going to resent each other or get mad at each other, because you have it clearly laid out what you two want for your own lives and for the relationship, and what roles you're going to play and how you're going to help the other person, and you know what you want from the other person. It's like very clear and laid out. I think it's a conversation like that's going to come through soon. Okay, and looking at the underbelly. Be sure that you are using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider taking time to organize yourself, or perhaps the project you are working on could use some fine-tuning. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because I feel like both of you want like the same things. Like mainly, you want the same things, but you're kind of like, you might not know exactly how you want it, how it looks like for you, and you might not know exactly how it looks like for your partner. It might be different. Like both might be like, oh, I want to live in this area, or I want to have kids, but when you say that, it might be different. Meaning, like you might want to move to a certain area because it has good schools, so you want to have kids right away. The other person might want to move to an area because they need some time to kind of just decompress and figure out the next chapter of their career or something like that. So like both of you could want the same thing, like moving to an area, but for different reasons. And so it's like you two need to kind of get on the same page. And just saying you both want kids or both want to move or something like that doesn't mean that it's the same thing for the both of you. Yeah, so I just feel like there's like a deep conversation coming. And it's just kind of like, you know, you're both very intelligent people. Intelligence is like the first card that came out. So you both are very, very smart. And that's why it makes it a little bit more difficult here, because I feel like both of you are kind of like people who like to plan and organize and have like a goal and like steps towards that goal and like have it very clearly laid out. And that's just such a good thing. That's such a great thing for a relationship, a new relationship, or moving forward in a relationship. And so I feel like this is like a real good time for the two of you to kind of kiss and make up and have a really deep conversation where you two like completely understand where the other person's coming from, completely understand what the other person wants, and kind of have things like laid out, at least like a blueprint. Like, you know, things change, life changes, but you kind of generally get like what you expect from the other person, what you expect from your life, from the relationship moving forward. And so it puts you two on the same page, and it really eliminates like any fights or arguments. You know how to, like, if the person's like struggling and stressed out, you know if it's like a big deal and that you should, drop your stuff and support them at that time, or if it's something that like you just need to give them space and, maybe you need to redirect the relationship into mutual goals or your goals at the time. Like, you're just figuring things out. It seems very analytical. This is fun for me because I'm a Virgo moon and I love analytical stuff, but like not everyone is. And so not all my piles are like this, but I like this vibe. I like this vibe so much. I also have a lot of Capri in my chart, but there's like a new moon, there's Pisces here too. There's deep emotions, and both of you are like go-getters and want to get like work towards your goals. It's just like kind of like getting on the same page and like getting your pen and paper out, your laptop, like a whiteboard, even a chalkboard, whatever, and like literally mapping things out. I think a lot of people are afraid to do that. You have conversations like, oh, we talked about it. It's like, oh, really? 5 minutes all having coffee, we talked about it. It's like, no, you really need to like dive in and get the details, and like things might change, but it's better to have a really good outline. And so both of you can like really understand what the other person is talking about and really understand and make sure that you're on the same page. All right, pile one. So I hope you enjoy this reading. If you resonated with this, if you like this reading, I really appreciate a like or comment. It really helps me out. It really allows me to keep doing these readings. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 2. With the orange calcite, we're looking at his thoughts of you right now. We're going to look at his thoughts of you as a person, as a romantic partner, his thoughts about the connection between the two of you, and then his thoughts about your life right now. So let's start with his thoughts of you as a person. Friendship and gratitude. He's so grateful to have met someone like you. I feel like he doesn't meet so many like relaxed people in his life, and that's not a diss. He's not throwing shade. He's like, you are a very hard worker, but you take the time to take care of yourself. You take the time to dream about the future, visualize the future, and not just like your career and like your romantic love life, your the future of your family, the future of your living situation and things like that. But like even little things like, oh, what kind of wardrobe do you want to try next? Or what kind of vacation would you like to go on? Or what kind of food would you like to try? Or what kind of class would you like to take? Or, just small things too. You're like, oh, sunglasses. Oh, I'd love to try on these kinds of sunglasses, or this kind of scent, or like, new kind of perfume, or a new kind of hobby. You're just like a dreamer, and not just in big ways, but in small ways also. Oh, I would love to grow this in my garden next year, or what would it be like if I had this kind of furniture here, or this kind of bookshelf, or whatever. Like, I feel like you continue to dream not just about big things like career and family planning, but also like little things that you have like ambition and goal, like small goals to push yourself forward. And you talk about it often, and they so admire you for that. They do think you're a hard worker, but like you take the time to push yourself even in like little ways that I feel like they're not used to hearing. Like they're not used to hearing people talk about like their smaller goals, and so that's really exciting for them. Sextile, a combination of tension and flow, potential and a rewarding situation. Yeah, there's this kind of feeling of like you try things, not everything works out, but most of the things that you try, you like, you enjoy. Some of the things you continue to pursue, some of the interests that you try, some of the new things that you try, you continue to work on those things. Or like, for example, if you make like a dish, you could try different foods and you're like, oh, you know what, at least I tried this, it's okay. Or, you know, you come across some recipes that you're like, oh yeah, this is like going in my recipe book, like this is awesome. Like you do that you kind of attack a lot of things in life that way. Restaurants, new hobbies, new physical activities to do, like exercise workouts, even like kind of the type of shows and movies and books you consume, like music even. Like, yeah, so you're adventurous and you'd like to try new things, not like crazy, but like with intention. I'm getting like you know the kind of thing you would typically like, and you try those new things, and you know, some of it you're like, oh, that was fun for one time, but I probably wouldn't do again. And other things that you're like, wow, this is amazing, I would love to do this again, I'm going to continue doing this, I'm going to, you know, I want to do this next year. Like this is a sign that you manifest things. You have a lot of self-mastery. You know who you are because you put yourself out there. You go into the unknown a lot in order to figure out what you like and what you don't like. They feel like you're like a, not a superhero, but kind of like someone they aspire to be. Like they think you're just so cool. They think that you're just someone who's like not a warrior. What am I thinking of? Like just that cool person that does things and gets out there and adventurous and knows who they are, really confident, has doesn't have fear going to unknown or trying new things. In a way, you're kind of their hero. You're very heroic. They see you as a hero just because you're not afraid to do the things that you think of and dream of, ideas that come to you. I feel like you get on it. Like anytime you get an idea, you're like ordering what you need to do that particular activity or make that thing like the next minute. Wow. Okay, so what are the thoughts about you in a romantic partner? By the way, I feel like they're thinking about you this way because they are planning to be more like you. I feel like you're like, I'm not really like that. Like, that's funny that they see me that way. Like, I think I'm like that a little bit, but not much. But they really see you that way. And it's probably because they're wanting to do similar things right now. Try new things, be bold, figure out who they are, what they like, what they don't like, kind of thing. All right, so what are the thoughts about you as a romantic partner? I wish I had treated you better. Yeah, I do get this feeling that at some point in the connection, or it could have been like something that's like a small thought in the back of their head, you know, that they didn't really pay too much attention to, but like they realized that some of their behavior, some of the actions and words that they said to you were based off this like thought, this underlying small thought that was influencing them this entire time, which is that you're too much of a dreamer. You think too much about these other things in life that don't matter when you should be focusing more on career, family, more serious things, finances, health, whatever. So they think that you think too much about the little things and not enough about the big things, but that is not true at all. Okay. And they realize that. Blessings. In fact, I'm hearing count your blessings because, like, I feel like they recognize how grateful you are for your life, and you are just making the most of the cards that you were dealt with. You're like, I was given this meat suit and this environment and these opportunities and this life, and I'm so grateful. I want to make the most of it. And so they see you as someone who is taking advantage of every opportunity that is passed on to them. every second that they have into making their life better, doing things that are enjoyable or that are exciting, or things that you enjoy learning about, that allows you to grow as a person, that allows you to see life in different ways through different perspectives, and just expand as a person so outwardly, so fully, rather than people who are just kind of like zoned in on just like one or two or few big things in life. You kind of make magic in your life with like I'm getting you glitter, you sparkle, with all the little things that you work on and dream about and make happen. It's like a lot of people think about that like one big dream or those few big life goals that they want in life and kind of just zone in on that and just go for it. And yeah, people take vacations or, take some time off to enjoy their day here and there, enjoy their personal hobbies and interests and passions. But you do that, like, that's what you make life. You make life all the little moments, and the big goals and dreams, like, you have those and you work on those, but like you don't make it everything. You make all the little things everything. And that's the best way I can describe it. But like, you count your blessings, you are so grateful. And they realize that they've been seeing things backwards. And although they never really told you that, even though they kind of, or maybe they kind of like were saying, no, they're someone who thinks outside the box, they really weren't. They had this underlying like thought and feeling that you were too much of a daydreamer and weren't focused enough on your bigger life goals. And now they see differently, and now they want to be more like you, and now they see that like you're the one who is living life correctly, and they're the ones who was in the wrong. I feel like they feel like that. They feel like they were in the wrong and wish they treated you better and wish they were more like you. All right, so what are their thoughts about their connection with you at this time? King of Swords. Okay, so I do feel like communication is coming. If it's been a while or if they haven't really said too much recently, I do feel like they have a really like serious thing that they want to tell you soon. And I'm getting it's important. So I'm hearing from them it's important. A time to give rather than take, and it came out in reverse. Okay, New Moon in Virgo. Okay, so I'm getting that they realize that they've been giving to the wrong cause. I don't know what that means. What does that mean, Spirit? All right, let me pull a clarifier. Bouquet compliments from an admirer. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, I just got it. It's so, wow. All right, so they feel like they were complicating things in this connection because they were trying to give in the way that they thought they had to give in a connection. They were pushing for big life goals and dreams too, but not really. I feel like they didn't really know who they are or what they really wanted. They might pretend like they did, but they just kind of wanted the same things everyone around them wanted, like, like the job, the house, the wife, the kids, the career, the car, whatever. They just were kind of following what everyone else wanted. So they were just kind of like, this person isn't focusing on these goals, like saving up for this house, or taking care of the kids and the parents, and focusing on doing the research and buying a new car. Like, they felt like you weren't focusing on the important things, and they were supporting the relationship by focusing on what really matters. They were doing what was expected of them, even when it came to like taking you out for dates or buying you flowers and gifts and stuff like that. They were just doing what they were taught to do, what they always felt like they had to do, watching TV, watching their parents, watching other friends and family members do these things. So they were just kind of copying what everyone else did. They didn't understand, because you have such strong self-mastery skills, that they didn't understand that you are giving to your life and to your little goals in a way that makes sense to you, that's unique to you, that's curated for your specific unique life. And they get that now. So they weren't giving to the relationship, they weren't giving to you in the way that you needed to be, that you needed love, that you wanted to be given. Like, what is that saying? It's kind of like, they were giving how they wanted to give, not how you wanted them to give you. They were giving to the connection to you in the way they wanted to, without taking into consideration what you wanted them to give, how you wanted them to give. There's a thing about, like, you know, like even like love languages, but kind of anything. It can apply to anything, like goals or gifts or even being in the bedroom. Like, there's a way that you might want to give to your partner because you like giving in that way, but they might want you to give in a different way, and you have to really consider that. The way that you give love, show love and affection, and the way that you take on responsibilities, put in effort into the relationship, might not be the way that they want you to give effort, give love, and give support. And so that's like they're kind of realizing right now how you kind of were playing off of them as a unique person versus as just a general Joe Schmo that just, wanted the same things in life, the house, the kids, the car, whatever, They realized that you were curating your attention and affection and efforts in the relationship based on their needs. They just like kind of got that. Like, oh, doesn't like every relationship find out who's going to be the one cooking, who's going to do the dishes, who's going to, initiate going into the bedroom or picking up the kids or, doing these chores or working more. Isn't that like something that couples figure out naturally? But there was more to it. I don't know if I'm describing this right. I'm trying to figure out how to describe this better. You can really make your life very unique and very specific to you. And you're trying to do that with him. And he wasn't picking up on that. Because he's like, why doesn't she just do things like everyone else, And he sees people in society, normal society, like being varied because maybe they want a house, kids, and car, like, but in different ways. Maybe someone wants to live here. Maybe someone wants to get married like this. Maybe people want kids or like this. So he's like, there's so many varieties. Why isn't she like picking one of these? But it's like the way you are thinking about it is, do we even want a house? Do we even want kids? Do we even want a car? Like, what other transportation system can we take? What other places can we live? What other lifestyles can we live? What's the lifestyle dictate? How do you want to parent? Why do you want to be a parent? Like, you're going at such a deep level to curate the most perfect life for the two of you, and he didn't get that. Like, he was kind of at the basic level, looking at like everyone else and how everyone else does that. Like, there's so much variety, and you're like, no. We don't even need their options. We can make a whole new path, not even considering those variables. Does it make sense, pile 2? If you pick this pile, let me know if I explained that well enough. I don't know if I could. I was even trying to understand it while Spirit was kind of showing me, and I was like, how do I describe that? All right. The last but not least, their thoughts about your life right now. Journey. Okay. And it came out in reverse, so I feel like it's like one journey is coming to a close, a new journey is on the horizon. So it does feel like things are changing. I am getting the feeling of like he better keep up or you're gonna keep going kind of thing. So I feel like you're ready to embark on a new chapter in your life, and he's getting the sense that you're about to move on too, and that he needs to kind of catch up with you if he wants to go on that journey with you. All right. Persistent drive. See what you desire and move towards that goal. It is time to zero in on your purpose. Use your intuition and instincts to guide you for the optimal outcome. Yeah, I feel like you're so good at like that. You're like, okay, you know what? Like, this is the lifestyle I want. I want to have this kind of diet and these kinds of activities around where I live, this kind of friend group, this kind of work for my career, this kind of, like, I feel like you're curating your own life and you're inviting him in and he didn't like get it. He was kind of wandering around aimlessly. He didn't think so because he's doing exactly what a lot of other people are doing, which they think they know what they're doing, and then they come back home and they're unhappy and they're wondering why. It's because they're not curating their life to them. They're just kind of following the general path that everyone else is taking and wondering like why, lashing out at people who are like you, who are curating their life, and it's like, to them it looks like so different from what they thought life was going to be for them, and now they get it, and now they see it, and now they want to be with you and join this next chapter, this new journey you're embarking on with you. But I'm getting from Spirit, you're just like, like you're like, you're with me or you're not, I'm going forward. So yeah, they do recognize that you actually knew what you were doing way more than they recognized. Yeah, I do get a feminine energy here. Yeah, so it's you, the female that knew what she wanted to do, was trying to get the guy on board, and the guy just didn't get it at first. He gets it now. He might be a little too late. He may be able to catch up. It depends on you. It's up to you. You can bring him along or not, but I feel like you already set sail, so he's gonna have to swim to you if he wants to come along, but you're not stopping for anyone or anything. You're full steam ahead now. All right, pile 2. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 3 with the Aura Quartz. We're looking at their thoughts of you right now. We're going to look at their thoughts of you as a person, as a romantic partner, their thoughts about the connection between the two of you, and then their thoughts about your life right now. So let's look at their thoughts about you as a person. Lilac. First, emotions of love. Okay, and came out in reverse, so I feel like this is like a second wave or like a rekindling of love. So this person had a lot of feelings for you or a huge crush on you before, and it feels like those kinds of feelings are coming up to the surface again. So there's kind of a feeling of reconnecting or resurgence of love and getting excited for this relationship again. Yeah, definitely a feeling of butterflies in the stomach. I'm so excited to be with her. I can't wait what happens next. So I feel like there's something happening in the connection. We're just kind of like rekindling, a resurgence of love. That fresh dopamine is surging through the veins. It's kind of an excitement for whatever this new. It feels like new feelings of love for you. So I feel like they've had feelings of love for you before. They've had a crush on you before, but it's happening again. And there's definitely a reason behind that. Maybe they find out something new about you, or maybe this is a connection that's coming back, or maybe the two of you are leveling up in your connection and they're really excited about this new chapter. Maybe they finally got that first date, or maybe you two are, just got engaged or about to have your first kid or move into a new home. There's like this feeling of excitement again. Yeah. Wow. All right. Square. A challenging situation and a mountain to climb. And it came out in reverse, so I feel like there was something that kind of disrupted the connection. I feel like it's a challenge that you two had to go through. Maybe it was distance, maybe it was space, maybe it was rough times, tough times. Maybe something felt, I'm like touching my eye as if I'm crying. So I'm getting like, yeah, something difficult happened. Maybe you lost a child, maybe you lost a home, maybe you lost a job, maybe you lost a lot of money, maybe the wedding was canceled before, or something happened where things needed to be postponed, or you two had to kind of get through a challenge. And that's why it just feels good to be where the two of you are now. It feels like you two have solidified the connection even more because of this challenging situation that you both had to get through together. It's kind of like it kind of like strengthened the connection because you two kind of went through this together, fought through this together, helped each other through, loved each other, supported each other through this challenging situation. Wow. Okay, wow. Pile 3. All right, so what are the thoughts about you as a romantic partner? I regret lying to you. Okay, and good luck. All right, so I feel like they were wrong about something. Or they intentionally left something out, or they, I feel like you two are more of like a couple, for most people. So I feel like they either, they pushed for something that you didn't really want and it didn't work out, or they were wrong about something. It's like, oh, let's take a chance on this, and then completely, you lost your finances, or someone got like sick or something, or it just didn't work out. And so they were kind of mortified in that moment because they're like, oh my god, this was my idea, or I planned this, or like, I was the one who wanted to do this and she didn't, and then it like came crashing down on us. So we almost like, it was almost like a really bad situation, or could have been a really bad situation. But then I'm getting that like they're looking back at it now and they're like, okay, like we wouldn't be where we are now with the opportunities and options we have now if we didn't go through that tough time. It almost feels like the divine set things up for you to go through a test and a challenge and then immediately be rewarded with a gift. So I feel like something manifested for you two like right after. So for example, you were looking for a house, you were going in on it, you had your heart set on it, and then something fell through, and you two kind of, spent a lot of time looking for that home, doing a lot of research, maybe even moved out to the area, rented a place, and it just like broke the two of you. And then eventually you got through the challenge, helped each other through, and then just a few weeks later, this perfect home that was better than like the first one, that has everything you need that you didn't even realize that you need at the time, comes through. It's like that. So it's like, oh wow, like if we didn't like have a situation happen with that first house, we wouldn't have gotten this amazing, beautiful home that gives us way more stuff that we need that we didn't even know that we needed in that first home. Okay, so what are their thoughts about the connection between the two of you right now? Ace of Pentacles, yes, a good opportunity or is coming in your way right now, and I'm getting it's related to the relationship, not necessarily romance or love. So it has to do with like something physical, like buying a home, like having a child, like getting married, like going on vacation, like something like that. Buying a second home, I heard someone say. Starting a new project, really passionate project together. Yeah, there's something big in the works for the two of you. If it hasn't already come through, because I feel like for a lot of you, this already has come through because it's like an acknowledgement from him that like, oh, if we didn't go through this, we wouldn't have got this. But yeah, they're very, very excited about this new chapter in your life. I feel like for most of you, this has already come through. If not, it's probably like literally right around the corner. But I feel like for most of you, this has just come through and you know what I'm talking about. Luck is on your side. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, pile 3? Good luck and luck is on your side. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's a lot of good luck here. With the moon here, I feel like there's a lot of like happy energies going on between the two of you. I feel like there's a lot of romantic energies between the two of you. A lot of sensual and sultry energies between the two of you, because I feel like the two of you are just like feel like you're in a dream. It might feel like a honeymoon. It might feel like you're just so in love and just so happy with what's happening especially after a difficult time like that. We both feel very lucky. This is a really good time to be alive for you, pile 3. Both of you are enjoying each other's company, enjoying life, just so happy, just not taking any moment for granted, really appreciating every second, every minute. And yeah, feeling very, very blessed and very excited for this next new thing. All right, and so what are their thoughts about your life right now? I like to throw in random questions here and there because, it's kind of fun. And it's always fun to see what people think about your life. Communication. All right, and resilience. Yeah, wow. There's no need to rush or push. This is a time to take things as they come. You have determination and patience to handle what is happening. Yeah. I feel like the two of you are talking a lot right now, being like, wow, like, I can't believe we just went through that. Like, there's a lot of hopeful conversations, a lot of, dreaming and sharing desires and wishes with each other. Yeah, there's a lot of like, how when you're in a good place, you guys just went through something difficult, but now good things are happening for the two of you. It's exciting to talk with the other person. It's fun. You guys are like enjoying each other's company. You're excited about the future. It's just like a ball of fun energy around the two of you all the time. There's a lot of excitement. You guys want to take it slow, but you're so excited to push things forward. But you both realize like how important it is, how precious these times and these moments are to when things are good, to really enjoy it and appreciate the other person and like, take each other out for romantic dinners and dance, like dance in the moonlight, just like, sit out on the grass or in a hammock and just look at the stars and just really be in that moment and soak it in, ground it in, and just like remember those moments where things were so good. I forget where I got this idea from, but someone was talking about how it's a good idea to make like a scrapbook or take pictures of when moments are really good between you and your partner, because it's so easy to forget those moments, especially when you're going through tough times or in a disagreement with each other. So it's kind of nice to have like a wall with pictures of like all the moments where you really were so truly happy or grateful or, just appreciative and, killing it in life, just excelling in life. To remind the two of you what it's all for and what you two have achieved and can achieve and have gotten through. So I'm getting that kind of idea to pass it along to you from Spirit that like, yeah, this is a good time to take like a mini trip, maybe a mini romantic getaway, weekend getaway kind of thing. Take a lot of pictures and, make a lot of memories and jot them down, write them down, take like pictures and frame them and keep them around the house and stuff like that, because it's like a really really nice time for you, pile three, with you and your person to kind of remember this time with a lot of good luck. Like, yeah, you're getting a lot of good luck because you did it. You got through it together. Good for you, pile three. I'm so happy for you. Such a lovely energy to be in. It's my pleasure to do this reading for you today. If you like this reading, if you resonate with it, I really appreciate it. Like a comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile four. With the rubies, we're looking at his thoughts of you right now. We're going to look at his thoughts about you as a person, as a romantic partner, their thoughts about the connection between the two of you, and then their thoughts about your life right now. So let's look at their thoughts about you as a person first. Thankfulness for understanding. Before we can forgive one another, we have to understand one another. Okay, so I'm getting that you kind of, at this point, I feel like this connection is really strong, especially with like the Emperor card right there. This is a connection. I'm getting no nonsense. You two are you have very good head on your shoulders, very grounded, very successful, or in line to have a lot of success in your life. Very prosperous and very established connection, and the two of you in your own right. So I feel like this is a connection where if there's a disagreement or a feeling where you've misunderstood your partner, like you two kind of talk it out. You don't let time go by too much where you don't let time go on too much time go by without talking to each other. Sorry. Yeah, so they really really appreciate that you took the time to understand them recently, and I feel like they give you the same courtesy. They really listen to you and where you're coming from. They don't belittle you, they don't dismiss you, they don't pass off what you're saying, what you're feeling as something trivial, something not to be worthy of them listening to, or worthy of working on or paying attention to. They really listen to you and they really put themselves in your shoes, and I feel like you do the same for them. There was a misunderstanding between the two of you recently, and I feel like it was on both parties. It was on both sides. Okay. Aquarius. Originality, philanthropy, and progressive imaginings. Yeah, this is like a power couple type energy I'm getting from this pile. So the two of you have big goals, big dreams, and big personalities, I'm getting. Or a lot of skills, a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom. I feel like you both know a lot about a lot of things. Really interesting conversations you have with each other and again with other people. Yeah, I feel like you two are really good conversationalists, or can be when you want to be. You can read people well, and you both look good. You both look good individually and as a couple as well. I feel like when people meet the two of you, they're like, oh yeah, that's a good fit. They look like a really cool couple. They match really well, just based on how you guys look and how you guys act with each other when you're around other people. Yeah, you guys present very well. That's probably why you two do well in your careers and in social settings. You both are very mature, and that's why you handle the relationship so maturely. Yeah, no nonsense kind of couple, but very hot. The two of you are very hot. People wonder, like, oh, I wonder what goes on in their bedroom. They're very curious about your life. I feel like they want to know what's going on, and the two of you are like, oh, we're just your average couple, but you two kind of like live in a really cool house, or really have like a really unique lifestyle, or have very specific interests that makes you two so interesting to other people. Yeah. All right. So what are their thoughts about you as a romantic partner? Yeah, sorry. I was trying to talk about like what their thoughts about you as a person, but like both of you are so similar that it was kind of like Spirit's just like, oh, let's just talk about them. um, I'm starting to understand our connection. Oh wow, yeah, understanding. Oh wow. So that's what I'm getting like. For some of you, you two are already this like power couple, and you know it. For others of you, you're on this path to become this couple, the it couple, and you both can see the potential in each other and in a relationship. Um, Maybe you two kind of started off at a place where you didn't really you're trying to figure out your life or the relationship or your goals in life and stuff like that. So, but with a lot of experience, a lot of relationship experience, a lot of life experience, and a lot of wisdom already coming into this connection, you just had a little bit more to go before you kind of both reached your full potential, and you chose to like kind of learn and grow together as a couple, individually and mutually. So this is a really really lovely energy. I can't even explain, like beautiful energy for a couple. Financial health. I told you, I'm like, this is a very prosperous connection. Yeah, I feel like you two make really cool like power moves in your own careers, but not even just in career, but like in your like life choices. Like you two kind of choose like a house that you two could make a profit off of, if you were to sell it. I feel like you two gotta go into business together, even even if you don't, like you make life your business. You make everything you purchase, your groceries, your things for your kids, your wardrobe. You use your time, energy, and decisions for your family and for your relationship as your business. It's the business of life, and you guys make very very good life decisions together. You don't just see it as like, oh, I need to be on point for work, or I need to be on point for this social event. You're like that with everything, like even like the smallest decisions, like okay, what furniture are we going for, what grocery store do we go to, what kind of groceries you get, what you kind of, you're very like you know what you want, you figure out the best of the best or the best for your situation, and you make it happen. Yeah, you two are people that make things happen. You're like really like the CEO boss status here. Like you're very good at making decisions. And I'm getting it wasn't always like that. You two had to learn everything you know now. The awesome people that you are now, the awesome ways that you make decisions about life and anything. You're like that now because you made the effort to learn how to make good decisions. Wow, I never heard that in a reading before, in my own readings, but that's crazy. Yeah, you two are, you exude boss energy. And like when two bosses come together in a relationship, it's just like, you dazzle everyone that you meet. You're the star couple that everyone like swarms around at events, and you're the one that gets invites everywhere. Everyone, you have that air of mystery around the two of you also, because you two kind of keep yourselves private a little bit. You kind of have to with that kind of financial success and that kind of life planning. You can't just show everyone your cards. Very cool to have a partner like that. And you two are very similar. You might be different, but like have the same goals and like work complementary. But I feel like for most of you, you two are like very very similar. Wow. Yeah, I'm heard from spirit. There's no limit to where the two of you can go. Wow. All right. So, what are their thoughts about the connection? I just kind of want to pause the reading and just like enjoy this energy for a little bit because it's so nice. It's boss type energy. The moon card in reverse. You two aren't confused about anything. You two are not confused about anything. You know what you want. If there's something you don't know, you go out and learn it. You figure it out. You figure out all the options that you have. Learn about all your options. If there's a topic, a subject that you don't know about, you go out and learn it. If you don't know what the best is, like you take the time, energy, and effort to learn what the best for you is. If you don't know how you're feeling about something, you take the time to figure it out. There isn't anything that you two don't know or can't figure out. Wow. And that's why the connection between the two of you is so good. There's such a good line of communication. You not only tell each other what you're thinking, but also what you feel. You don't leave any loose ends. You often tell the other person how you feel about them, compliment them, what you like about them, what you're planning for the day or the near future. Anything from the past that you feel stuck about, you want to share, whether it's about the other person, whether it's about your romantic partner, or just anything in life. And yeah, you talk about feelings, thoughts, what you like about them, future and past stuff frequently. I feel like there's like a list. You two kind of made a list of things that you would want your partner to tell you, and you adhere by it. I feel like it's like on your like phone screen, like on your homepage on your front phone screen or something, where it's like, did I kiss my wife today? You know, did I tell her how beautiful she is? Did I, did I tell her about my day? Did I ask her about hers? Like, like a checklist of things to ask often, not like every single day, but like, often. Yeah, you two are like well organized. You should be giving advice to other people. I'm hearing you don't have time for that. You have your own lives to run, and that's a pretty lot. I feel like you two do take care of other people in terms of like the people who work for you, work under you. You might manage businesses or manage a lot of people, and so you take care of people in the ways like people maybe ow. Sorry, I just slammed my elbow into the desk. It's a good sign. Slamming your elbow means that someone is thinking about you positively in ways that you might have not thought. Hold on, let me double check that. Yeah, no, I don't know. I can't find it right now. But yeah, I do think that you might be surprised the thoughts and feelings that they have for you throughout the day. Like, I think you might be surprised at how they view you, and how often they think about how much they love you and like you and appreciate you. Like, this isn't just like a practical, logical, on the surface relationship. I said you two are very good at everything. So you two are really good at loving and relationships, and you two really do have a deep heart. Anyone that comes work for you, a landscaper or someone, helping around the home, or just even your kids' teachers and stuff like that, you treat everyone really, really well. You might not have the time necessarily to give everyone your time and energy and focus, 100% of the time. Like, you have a lot of things to manage, I feel like, for the two of you. If not right now, you will soon, pile 4. But you give in the ways that you can give, always giving gifts to people that help you out in the service industry and stuff like that. You two have very, very deep hearts. And people do appreciate your kindness. But you save your energy and efforts and focus and love for each other, and then everyone else gets the scraps. Like, you get to prioritize. You know how to do that. You don't waste your time trying to get other people to like you or to prioritize you. You know who you prioritize and who prioritizes you, and you stick to that. To everyone else, to get the scraps of whatever you have left over. Wow. A time for healing. I feel like the two of you, like the misunderstanding that you had recently, was that someone was feeling sad about something and the other person didn't pick up on it. And usually the person does, and will, take more time off to spend time with you, or, give you more texts and calls throughout the day, more gifts, and like kind of shower you with attention and affection when the other person's like not feeling good, sad, or having a difficult time with something. I feel like one of you didn't pick up on it. I feel like it's something that you both went through, but it affected both of you differently. And I feel like he didn't realize how much that meant to you, or how much that affected you, and how much you needed him to be there for you. And he's realizing it now. He's usually good with these things, so he's like, oh, I'm sorry, like there's miscommunication. He's sad about this too, whatever happened, but I feel like it affected you deeper and for more reasons, and he didn't really pick up on that, but he's now making up for it. I feel like I'm getting like she wanted, so you wanted more time to heal after whatever this happened. So it might have been something like you two were planning a vacation and you really needed it, and then when it fell through, like you were kind of like stuck, feeling like hopeless, and kind of feeling like really like down, and you needed him to be there for you. Like he was like, oh, that sucks, but like like I gotta go back to work, and you really were banking on that vacation to kind of give you the rest, or recharge the way that you needed. You're kind of like, running on empty or something, or had deeper meanings for you. Like that vacation represented something, closure to a difficult time in your life, or something came up for you to work on, and you were going to work on it during this vacation or something like that. And something like that. It could be the loss of a child, or loss of someone in the family. So like it's like, oh yeah, well they weren't that close to us, but like maybe it affected you more than you thought, and you wish you would have picked up on it or something like that. But just something like that. Yeah, something that affected both of you, but affected you more, and maybe for more reasons. Maybe it reminded you of something else that you also needed to heal, or it brought something else up for you. Yeah. Okay. No big deal. I feel like he's someone who's like wouldn't do that intentionally, of course, and he's definitely like on it now. Okay, and so what does he think about your life right now? What does he think about your life right now? Brother in reverse, yeah. Okay, so sometimes I feel like sometimes you need like a brother energy. I don't know if you've never had a brother, or if you lost your brother, or if you're far away from your brother now, or yeah, like sometimes you need like a brother type energy, like someone who just like just be like a protector, or someone who can just talk about like, oh yeah, okay, so like someone like a sibling who can just talk about like mom and dad, or something that happened to you when you were growing up, and they need someone who can talk to them, can talk to you as if you were right there when that situation happened. This is an inner child thing. So sometimes they need you to be to work with their inner child and pretend to be there in that scene, in that experience, where you experience that trauma, or where you experience that upset, something that required healing later on, of course, and just sit with them, to just sit with you, and just kind of imagine being in that scenario as if you were their brother, as if they were your brother, and just kind of be like, this is what happened, this is the scene, this is the parents, this is the environment, this is the experience, and just talk to you as if you were like they were the brother experiencing this alongside you. Very interesting inner child healing technique. I've never heard that before. Wow. put that in your book, Teal Swan. No, I'm just kidding. I love and respect Teal Swan, but that's a really cool technique. I've never heard of that. Thank you, Spirit. And last card here, leaping through the air. A plan you have made is on track. If you are waiting for something, get to work and stop putting off ideas or projects you are considering. Yeah. So I feel like first things first, like I feel like the two of you need to heal together. Like I'm getting, you didn't finish healing, or you two need to like kind of just sit down and for like a night just talk about this thing that you two experienced together. And yeah, there's so many people I've done miscarriage readings for, and it's like so like there's so much that you two need to talk about that never gets healed, and like who better to talk about it with than your partner. That's not exactly the scenario that many of you might be dealing with. It might be just like what I said, like a canceled vacation, or you know, someone saying upsetting things to the two of you at a family event or a friend's party or something like that. Like whatever it is, like, or something, I don't know, like a financial hit or something, whatever it was. Like I feel like the two of you need to just like, you know, sit on your bed at night and just talk it out. Be like, oh, you know, this is what I was like, because you had to grieve not just what happened, but grieve like that future you two were dreaming of with each other. And one of you might feel like there's more healing for you than the other person, and you just kind of have to help each other through it. Just talk about it, just whatever comes up. Yeah. And then I'm getting like you two constantly have a lot of projects going on around the home, at work, in the relationship, with the family, and you two are, yeah, I feel like you two want to move to the next thing, but this healing thing needs to be dealt with first before you move on to the next thing. I feel like that's what happened. Like, you know, like he was like, oh yeah, so let's plan the next thing. Let's plan the next vacation, or you know, let's try having a kid again, or you know, I have to go back to work, or you know, like let's start working on this side of our business, like expanding this side. And you're like, wait, like can we just like take a second to acknowledge the loss of this business, or this project we worked on, or this situation that happened. And so like he was trying to move on quickly, where you're kind of like, no, I still need to heal, I still need to, you know, work this out. Like, why can't you see that? Why can't you work through it with me? Are you not sad about it? Are you not upset about it? Am I more upset about it than you? Like, and then like just sitting down, talking about it. He needs a little bit of healing, you need a lot of healing, and just like take a minute, you know, take a day, take a 2 days, or whatever, before you know, start this new thing. But Spirit's like, yeah, like it would be advantageous, he's not wrong, or you're not wrong, that it would be advantageous to start on this next thing right away. But acknowledge this first. And I feel like the two of you are usually good at that stuff, like acknowledging what needs to be done emotionally, even before moving into a new thing. Like appreciating where you're at. Like I feel like even like before like taking a really extravagant vacation, like the day before, you two will just like take the time to be like, oh, I'm so grateful for this vacation, we're so happy with what we have now, like this is just extra, like things like that. Like you two are really good at doing inner work and like spiritual work and like emotional work before jetting off on a new physical adventure. Okay, pile 4, I hope that makes sense. This got very, very deep, but very, very cool energy, very, very awesome energy that the two of you have. Power couple energies for sure. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day.